Are not going to believe this, okay? I don't know who decided this was a good idea at DC, but they need to have their job taken from them, and every single creative decision they have made needs to be brought into question, because no one in their right mind is going to make Batman an Aztec warrior. Gosh, this sucks. And the animation in this trailer makes it look like it's animated by the Rick and Morty people. It's terrible. I'm not going to play it with the sound because I don't want to get copyright struck, and I'm going to pause it like 17 times so that I can keep myself from getting my YouTube taken down, because every single time I react to something by Warner Bros. Or DC, it gets copyright struck in like 12 seconds after I upload it. So let's go ahead and walk through this piece by piece. This is the most offensively bad thing ever. Yes, it's Aztec Batman. He's standing up there. He's like, oh, you got the stupid music in the background. It doesn't even look good. It doesn't look good. Yeah, they should be ashamed of themselves for this. This is terrible. For the record, let me just go through some history right quick. The Aztecs cut out other Mexicans and Mayans and cut out their hearts. The Aztecs killed children, sacrificed them to their false gods. The Aztecs were basically the Islamic terrorists of the Hispanic, ancient, Cuban, Mexican world, okay? That's the South America, whatever, I don't know. Right? The Aztecs, though, I do know that they were atrocious and they were evil. Okay? And the reason why the Aztecs fell in history was because the other tribal nations around them teamed up with the Spaniards, the conquistadors, when they went there, specifically because they realized that the Aztecs were as brutal and disgusting as they were, and they figured the guys with the boom sticks might have a chance of beating them, and indeed they did. Okay, so that's supposed to be the Batman of this world. Again, just look at the oh, this animation's terrible. This animation's terrible. I don't know who's animating this, but it is awful. Everything's blocky. Everything's meh. Everything's just... the mouth moves and the jaw doesn't. It's terrible. Oh my gosh. It's a PNG with a mouth moving back and forth. It looks like the annoying orange from like the early 2000s. It looks like the annoying orange. Gosh, the coloring sucks. The lighting sucks. You have a discontinuation between the very brightly colored feathers on the freaking pole right there and on his head, and the trees in the background, which look like they're painted on. This looks absolutely terrible. Disproportionate facial structures. I mean, it looks like Rick and Morty is trying to do something parody-wise of Batman in an Aztec empire. It looks like Rick and Morty garbage. Seriously, it looks like they got puppet strings on them and they're just being pulled digitally. It's terrible. Gosh, who decided this was a good idea? Alright, so Bruce's father is going like, my son, one day you will rule the empire. Oh, so one day the son of the mass murdering tyrant of the Aztec people is going to rule the mass murdering Aztec people. Great, so I'm already voting for the other guys. Awesome. Okay, so you got the conquistadors. Shocker. The guy right there in the forefront of the screen with the red hair, he's going to turn out to be Harvey Dent. And, gosh, I mean, again, look at the background. It's clearly painted there. Look at the foreground. It all is... it's so disjointed. Ugh. Yeah, the animation's just so choppy. God, it looks terrible. Ugh. Seriously, it looks like someone is doing something from Rick and Morty or the Archer series. That's more akin. It looks like the Archer series. It's terrible. It looks like garbage. So you got these Aztecs here. You've got something about something I have the power in my hands. Okay, so the conquistador is saying, I want gold, and the Aztec guy is saying, no, we have strict rules that forbid this. And then he just takes out a sword and cuts him down. Oh no! Oh no, the mass murdering tyrant has been killed! How will we ever come back from this as a nation? Maybe we'll stop mass murdering! Oh my gosh, it's so disjointed. Look, legitimately, the most offensive thing in this to me is the bad animation. DC has had good animation for so long, and they can't get it right with this. Ugh, it's terrible. Choppy rain animation, you got gunshots going off, it's killing people, blah blah blah. Okay, and then this guy runs off in the middle of the woods, the jungle or whatever. By the way, they have this really stupid music in the background, okay? It's terrible. It's disjointed in the music as well as the animation, and this shot, right here, this shot is not good. Yeah. Now, this does not look great. This does not look like a good shot. I don't know why I paused it here. The foreshortening is terrible, and it's definitely looking like Alfred's taking advantage of Bruce here. Like in the, young, what was it, Gotham High comic? The Gotham High comic where they made Bruce Wayne Asian, so he's like 3 foot tall. It's just so dumb. I hate this. I hate everything about this stuff. Okay, let's get on. Where's your father? Where is your mass murdering tyrant of your father? Oh, he's dead? Oh no. All of our sins came back to eat at us. Here's the conquistadors. Oh, gosh, the animation sucks. Look at this. They don't... Look at the animation here. He's like, I am angry, so my head PNG has been moved 2 inches lower than normal. Like there's no like actual hunching of the shoulders. It's just, oh, his head is no longer proportionally connected to his neck. Yeah, no, this is all terrible. I hate it all. I hate it all so much. They're fighting with badminton things or whatever. Cricket. They're fighting with cricket sticks. Yes, because that's very much so Batman. He's throwing spears and garbage at people, and it's just not... Ah, yes. I wonder if he's actually going to have any love for bats. Fun fact, the Aztec people had the owl god, which was basically just a guy who was drugged up out of his mind and had a couple of knives on his arms. The conquistadors immediately shot him and killed him. So the owl god, which was their best weapon, really couldn't do anything against the guys with the boom boom sticks. So we have a really garbage version of Batman here who is sticking up for the mass murdering child killers, and he's gonna take a bullet and he's gonna be a bat figure. So he's gonna be able to take bullets and he's gonna dodge cannons. Watch this. Like, they shoot him and he's apparently just developed bulletproof armor out of nowhere. By the way, at this point in time in history, there was no armor that was effectively able to stop actual ammunition's fire. So Batman just died. The Aztec child murder supporting Batman just died. Yes, if only there was someone who was stealthy is one of the things that they just said. So you got this Catwoman version that's Aztec as well. And she's the one who's going to be able to cut his face. And there, somehow, a tiny little cut from 4 fingers is able to give him all that scarring. All of that scarring came from a single swipe of 4 fingers across the face. What? That's retarded. I mean, God. I've lost all hope. I've lost all hope for anything that DC is making. Superman was good, and then they come around and do this. They come around and do this. Right after the success of Superman, they come around and do this. Doesn't even look good. Ugh. Oh, yes, and you're going to have some weird version of the Joker whose laugh is terrible, by the way. If you could hear it, you'd be sighing. He's still got hair attached to him. He's still got hair attached to his scratched up face that somehow, again, that tiny scratch cut off all of his all the half side of his left face and his neck. Oh my gosh, I hate this. So you have some garbage Joker, you have some garbage Batman, you have some garbage Two-Face, garbage Catwoman. And then the only person who's going to be the most powerful is going to be Poison Ivy, and she's probably going to be seen as some sort of nature goddess. I am certain of it. And she's going to stick up for the Aztecs or some garbage. I can't stand this. This sucks. Everything about this sucks. You've been given a sacred mission. Yes, to continue murdering children. So terrible. Yeah, no, this is... So the only things we've seen of the Joker thus far in the film have been him with a really deep voice, which is uncharacteristic of Joker. The only time it was successfully pulled off was when the 2004 The Batman TV series, which was a decent enough interpretation of the character in animation, and had bomb animation, by the way. And now we have this version of the Joker whose only thing is going, no kidding, that's his laugh, and a garbage voice. I just can't wait for this version of the Batman to successfully save the Aztec people and go back to killing innocent children. What a hero. Truly a leftist icon. Someone who likes to murder babies. Yeah! What a guy! Oh my gosh! They can't even get a decent shot of the up-close face. It's so terrible. The voice acting sounds phoned in, too. Attack! I mean, you can't hear it. I know I said I wasn't going to. I have an earbud in. But it's just terrible. I hate this. Aztec Batman, Clash of Empires. Oh yeah, and by the way, this is only half the video because they have a Spanish version of the trailer right after this, really trying to appeal to the people that the Aztecs would have terrorized and killed their children over way back in the day. You know how, okay, they talk about how, we have to be culturally sensitive. You know how culturally insensitive it is to advertise that one of your main heroes would side with the child killers of the terroristic Aztecs of the South Americas? You know how despicable that is to these people? Whose ancestors were terrorized? How many lineages were completely cut off by the Aztecs because they just happened to murder everyone in that person's family? How many lineages could have existed today if it wasn't for the Aztecs killing every child they found, building temples with skulls, human skulls? The Aztecs are scum. They are the scum of the earth. Along with any other tyrannical regime that has done this in the past. The Aztecs, I would dare say, are a version or a type or a proto-Nazi-esque empire. The only difference is that they didn't have gas chambers to be effective, so they had to go around with their knives cutting out hearts and killing children by hand. They didn't have the pleasure of locking a couple people in a room and calling it a day. This is retarded. Everything about this is retarded. Everything about this is retarded. The animation sucks, the storyline's gonna suck, Batman's gonna stick up for the bad guys, and half of his rogues gallery is gonna help him stop the good Christian heroes of the conquistadors back in the day. Who probably actually weren't Christians, they were more Catholics, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is just gonna be a garbage movie. I thought it was a comic when it was first announced, because I only saw a couple of still photos, and I was like, well, that's really stupid. The drawing sucks. I didn't expect it to be that bad in animation as well. This is the kind of garbage that DC would pull right after having a success in the movie of Superman. Yeah, let's go ahead and advocate for the child-murdering psychopaths, the Aztec warriors. What a bunch of garbage. Alright, well, this has been a long enough video. It's about 15, 16 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you have a great rest of the week.